Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Wrestling Prime. I'm your host, Tom Dog, and ladies and gentlemen, we got a fun show today, and a pretty interesting show today, and everything. And so we're gonna jump into this real quickly because um, we got some things to talk about and some other stuff. First and foremost, let's get the plugs out of get the promotional consideration out of the way, the sponsorships out of the way. This episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. If you have any wrestling collectibles or wrestling pop vinyls or anything else wrestling related, and you happen to be in the Southington, Connecticut area, then you want to check out M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Check it out today if you happen to be in the area. And for more information on events that they have going on there, as well as directions on how to get there, check out their website over at mnjvideogames.com. And this episode is also brought to you by Doobie Energy Drinks. And if you don't want to, crash and burn and tap out almost instantly, then you want to feel energized so that you could be a world champion yourself. Check out Go on to doobie.gg today. Use the promo code BRILL at the checkout to save 10% on your purchase. So right there up on the screen right there, going to be scrolling throughout the remainder of the show. So take advantage of this amazing offer um, as my way of saying thank you for supporting this channel, as well as being a big fan of this show and everything like that. Whatever it is that you are um, that you like on this channel, it's definitely worth it, and it's my way of saying thank you. Or thank you for the support, and keep the you know keep them coming, because you know what? Hey, you never know where this is going to go, and you know what? There's one place I don't want to go, and that's in the talent enhancer sector. I don't want to go there. I'm already a talent enhancer. It's like I want to climb up that ladder. So hope these wrestling funds are kicking in and everything, because that's what we're all about here on Wrestling Prime, entertaining you with the best wrestling news that yours truly can give you. And so yeah, one more time, go to doobie.gg today. Use the promo code BRILL at the checkout to save 10% on your purchase. You don't want to miss out on this one, folks. You definitely don't want to miss out. Yes, sir. So, um, before we get before we get things started, I would like to um pay our respects um to a couple of wrestlers who passed away this week, and um yeah, it is very sad and everything, and um they're say what you want about one of them. They're to me they're they're good. Uh, Ole Anderson. He was. We'll start off with him. Um, he was part of the legendary Four Horsemen, one of the founding members of the Four Horsemen. Um, him and his brother Arn, and, and it was a big fact, pretty big at that time. He also provided the voice of Shockmaster later on in the World Championship Wrestling. So yeah, and so yeah, he will be missed. And he was also behind the scenes during the Jim Crockett promotions um, around that time too. Later on, after he stepped down, and so yeah, Mhm. and um, and Mike Jones, he was famously known as the Ted DiBiase's former bodyguard, Virgil. He was Di- Ted DiBiase's bodyguard at one point, and so yeah, and after he turned babyface in 1991, he went on to go and feud with his former boss at both WrestleMania and SummerSlam, and at SummerSlam '91 of that year, he Virgil won the infamous $1 million belt, and he was champions in other promotions too, and everything. He was a well-known tag champion, and so yeah, he had some, he was pretty popular, and he would later work with World Championship Wrestling, become one of the members of the New World Order, going by the name of Vincent. And and after that group split up, he would later join the um, Southern. It was a country group, and Southern country rednecks, Southern country rednecks or something like that. I forgot, but it was a good faction where was run by Kurt Hennig, and they had a hit song with Rapid Scrap, or it could be West Texas Rednecks. I completely forget what that was. I am so sorry. Um, he had a little stint in AEW as well. Um, but I I remember him. Um, I remember meeting him back in my old town of Waterbury, Connecticut, and there was an independent show in in town, and it, it was going on, and it was a good show. It was nice to meet. Had my autograph with Honky Tonk Man at that time, and had my picture taken with Vincent, with Mike Jones. Um, Reunited with Luxurious Lynn, because back in my earlier wrestling prime days when I was on cable access, I met her at an indie show at WrestlePalooza in New Britain, and in New Britain, Connecticut, and so yeah, I met. That's where I first met her. So it was nice to see her again and kind of reminisce and everything. I mean, she didn't recognize me at first, but then when I when I told her whom I was and everything like that, she was like, "Oh my god!" Well, like, "Hey, I remember you, the WrestlePalooza days. I remember that." So it was good. She's still hot too. I don't care. Shout out to Luxurious Lynn. Anywho, um, it's not about Luxurious Lynn. Maybe some other time. but um, but yeah, I met her, but yeah, I met um Mike Jones and everything. And, I liked him. I liked him. He was really cool, dude. Everything had my picture with him and everything, and so yeah, he was really cool. And we talked a little bit about, talked a little bit and everything. So yeah, he was a really cool guy and everything, and very humble man too. I felt bad that nobody really, like later on in his career, like nobody goes and uh, nobody pays him any attention and what have you. And but but yeah, when I met him, he was a really cool guy and everything, and so yeah, he's going to be missed, and had some nice story, to share and everything like that. So um, it was a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm gonna miss him. I really am. I'm really gonna miss him. And so with that being said, with that being said, gotta give out a moment of silence with them. I don't have no bell to do the 10, to do the 10 bells, and everything. So, um, but what I will do is do a moment of silence, like I usually do, like I always do. Moment of silence to both Ole Anderson and Mike Jones. I'm gonna miss you guys. All right, so moving on. Um, got lots to talk about. We only have like one little. I wanna discuss a little bit about last night's SmackDown. If you don't mind. Um, so if you saw SmackDown live last night, you noticed that during the Rock's promo, during the Rock and Bloodlines promo, it kept cutting blacking out and everything like that, and it was bothering me a lot too. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It just kind of ruined everything. Yeah, the crowd was rowdy and everything like that, you know, which is expected if you're you're the heel and you're generating heat, which The Rock is uh um really good at pissing people off. Yeah, but I will, but regardless of what you may think about him, about The Rock and everything, he's still he's still the goat and everything. So I appreciate that. I like that. So um so yeah, he pretty much he was roasting he was pretty much talking roasting Arizona being famous for cocaine and crack. Cocaine and meth, I should say. So yeah, that was really funny. Um but the reason why the screen kept going black is because there was a sign. I don't know if you caught that. I don't know if you caught a glimpse of it. There was a sign that said "Die Rocky Die." Apparently, um, you know, it was famous during the it was highly popular, and when the Rock first started off back in 1996. But when everybody, when he was known as Rocky Maivia, and everybody started hating him and everything like that, and just throwing him down and everything. But and then when he became a member of the Nation of Domination, everything was smooth sailing from that moment on. And yeah, it was a big deal. So, and he was like, "Die, Rocky, die! This is the thanks I get for all my blood, my sweat, and my tears." And at the time, it was something different. you know, and which had nothing to do with that. He was, it's just that he was too much of a nice guy when he came in. He was smiling, and everybody was hating on that. But then when he, came to Rock, you know, it became, he evolved into to one of the best, if not, quite arguably one of the best wrestlers in the WWE. I mean, he's right up there in the top 10, right up in there, and along with Randy Savage and um, I mean, you can arguably throw in Hogan in that mix, as well as Taker and Steve Austin. Um, Nowhere near arguably though between Undertaker and Austin, as well, even as you know Triple H as well too. But um, but so yeah, that was that sign, die Rocky die, and just came up like that, and there you go. It was like okay, and so it kind of killed the mood over in there sorry, because of that sign. So, but then it started calming down and everything like that, and so yeah, it was a lot better. So remember how you know, I made this prediction back back during the whole incident in Las Vegas. When they had that whole thing in Las Vegas, and which started evolving into heel rock. I don't have a problem with that. Like I said, I didn't have a problem with that. Everything was good. A couple shows. It was like I think maybe like 2 or 3 shows ago when I talked about it. Um, so I predicted, and I'm still sticking with it, and I still stuck with this prediction that on night one, Rock would fight Cody. That Rock and Cody Rhodes would fight on night one at WrestleMania. I'm partially correct because the Rock didn't you know didn't accept the challenge um to fight him. What he did was he raised the stakes a little bit. He is acknowledging the fact that Cody Rhodes is going to fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. He did acknowledge that, but he spiced it up a little bit. He spiced it up a little bit by saying at night he issued a challenge at night one of WrestleMania. The Rock and Roman Reigns tag up to face Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania night one, and and he added a stipulation that if Cody and Seth Rollins win that match, it will be night, and then at night two, it will be bloodline free for Cody's main event with Roman. It will be one on one, no bloodline, nobody running in to interfere in that match like they did, like it did last year. It's going to be one on one, man man. That's it. Nobody else. And then this way, there's no excuses if Cody loses that match in a one on one scenario. So, but then another stipulation is if Cody and if Cody and Seth loses, Rock said at night 2, Cody against Roman, bloodline rules, which means anything goes, no disqualification. Um, they'll be out on ringside. They can do whatever they want. Um, the Rock was um, exaggerating at one point. You know, the Rock could be out. You know, he was like the Rock could go out there and um, sit next to Pat McAfee calling the match. Um, he can have uh, Jimmy ring the bell, and he can have Paul Heyman bring out a weapon. Bring out a weapon. Uh, pretty much calling out to the old ECW days. And Solo can sing the national anthem. That was the exaggeration part. But the crowd popped it. The crowd popped it. They want Solo to sing. Like Solo was put on the spot, man. But I like it. I like it. I like it. And I actually want to hear Solo sing. I'm not gonna lie. So Cody, lose that match. I want to see him lose that match. Nah, I'm only kidding. So yeah, but he doesn't want to. Rock also said he didn't want to wait till Monday to hear his response. He wants to hear his. He invited Cody to come out next Friday night at in Dallas, because they're going to be in Dallas. Pretty much Cody territory. Because of his father. Really big in sportatorium and everything. Houston, well, even I know it's in Houston, but Texas is pretty much roads country. So, um, so we will see what the answer brings. It'll be nice. However, I don't think Seth is going to go in there. I think what's going to happen, and I can be very crazy about this, that Seth is going to bring in a replacement. Um, as much as I would like to see that, I think, I think that because Seth is going to be busy already, be busy as it is because he's going to be busy with Drew McIntyre. Um, so that could complicate things. That could really complicate things. Unless if there's so many scenarios to this match if it happens, if the match is accepted, and Seth can get pretty beat up, and then at the end of that match, Damian Priest can cash in the Money in the Bank and take the belt away from Seth. That could happen. Um, or in a shocking twist, he can just go. He can just go and take Roman Reigns' belt. Cash it in and beat Roman Reigns for the belt. This way here, Cody can finish the story without having to face Roman Reigns. And then what does that mean from there? What does that mean from there? Um, it'll be confusing. It'll be confusing. But as it stands right now, Drew McIntyre is supposed. So I think Drew McIntyre is probably going to intervene in this one and said, "Oh no, 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 no!" It's like that ain't going to happen. You know, because he's going to be. Drew's going to get pissed off and said, "No, I want. I don't want nothing happen." He's probably going to be like, "I don't want nothing happen to Seth because I want to destroy him." That sort of thing. That sort of thing. So it'll be pretty interesting. It'll be pretty interesting. But and don't forget too, Seth is yeah, he's medically cleared. He might be medically cleared, but don't forget, we don't know the official status. We don't know the official status of his condition. We don't really know. As far as we know, that he is cleared. He is cleared to wrestle, but at WrestleMania. But we don't know the full extent of where the percentage is. Is he at 100%? We don't know. So at WrestleMania, it's a done. It's supposed. As of right now, it is a done deal that Seth is going to be defending his belt against Drew McIntyre. It's etched in stone after last week's Elimination Chamber, so it's going to happen. Um. So here, but to put Seth Rollins in this tag match, they forgot one other guy. They forgot to mention one other guy. Jay. I think Jey Uso is going to replace Seth Rollins. I think. Or if that's a possibility, four on an 8-man tag, 4-on-4. The entire bloodline. The entire bloodline. We're talking Rock, Roman, Jimmy, and Solo take on Seth, Cody, Jay, and a fourth guy. And since they're going to be in Dallas, Texas, Rhodes territory, I wouldn't be surprised to see Dustin Rhodes come back. Not as Goldust, but Dustin. Dustin Rhodes. It could happen. It could happen. Spice it up even more. Do an 8-man tag. Do an 8-man tag right there. Etched in stone. Boom. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I think, and I still keep the stipulation. Cody's team wins. There you go. Cody's team wins. Done deal. Bloodline wins. Done deal. Still keep still keep that stipulation because we don't know. Because we don't know. Because if they go along with this tag match, there's so many possibilities on who can on how this will finally unfold for WrestleMania. So many possibilities, and I'm still throwing out these predictions. I am, and it's amazing. It could happen. It can happen on this way. They can go along with that match, but don't forget, Seth Rollins is defending the title against Drew McIntyre. We don't know what day, so it's possible that he might do double duty, but it'll be very difficult to pull off unless Damian Priest throws his briefcase in at the last minute and you know he can still pull double duty, or he can just cash it and then Damian can go against Drew McIntyre. It is possible. There's so many possibilities, and I already uh, threw it on the table. I really did. So it is possible to see what's going to happen because either way, this is going to be an amazing night um, at at WrestleMania. So chat is open. I would like to know what you have to say about it because I don't want to be the only one just saying. I think in the interest of fairness, or however it was said with the with the thing, I would like to see what happens. I would like to see what goes on. And since he kind of called out Triple H, I know he can't wrestle because he's pretty much retired at this moment. But Triple H will find a way to you know to spice things up, and like I said, maybe turn it into an 8-man count, an 8-man tag. So yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all because you have to deal with the you know because if it is going to be a tag match, you're either going to put you're either going to put the bloodline, uh, every member of the bloodline in that match, or put or take take Jimmy and Solo out of the equation so that they don't interfere anywhere in this match. It'll be very interesting, folks. But we won't know until next Friday. So either or, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I forgot to do that. Boy. So okay. So we will see. We will see what happens next week. Meanwhile, tomorrow night. Now on to AEW news. We got the AEW pay-per-view Revolution. That will be tomorrow. And we have ourselves a very interesting card here. And I have all the matches. I have the entire list except for the 12-man elimination. The 12-man battle royal. That I don't have. So um and but it's gonna be at the countdown show. So I'll be able to at least watch that. So I'll review it I'll review um I'll have I'll review it for next week. But as far as um Revolution, I don't know if I want to see this pay-per-view because it's Sting's last match, and we're gonna get to that in just shortly. Um but big but so yeah, this is gonna be a very good pay-per-view. For that special reason. Um Sting being his last match. Um it's for the tag championship, for the tag team championship. Um, but we'll get, like I said, we'll get to that later. Um, we're gonna start from bottom to top here, and that'll be we'll do that first. Um, in a Meat Madness match, whatever that whatever that means. I guess it's because these are the um, the I think it's because of the fact that these three guys are are you know huge body wise. I'm not talking about weight. I'm talking about their body mass. So, so I think that's what they mean by meat because there's a lot of beef on these three guys. Lance Archer versus Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Um, this is a huge match. I mean, this is a pretty interesting match. Um, if I was a betting man, and I'm not, I'm pretty good with these predictions, with AEW predictions. If you don't believe me, just ask Crypto Slam. Shout out to all those guys right there. Um, I'm gonna go with Wardlow. I'm gonna go with Wardlow. Um, he's my pick. I've seen and I've seen these guys wrestle, and they are amazing. But um, we shall see. Um, tag team match: FTR versus um Moxley and Claudio. Um, this is a brutal match. This is going to be a brutal match. Um, it's going to look like a regular wrestling match, but I think they're going to find some way to excuse me, take it outside. Um, nonetheless, I'm going to go with FTR on this one. I'm going with FTR. Um, international, uh, the AEW International Championship will be on the line. Champion Orange Cassidy defending it against Roderick Strong. Um, now in the past, and a lot of people, a lot of people have known this, especially my friends over at Crypto Slam. They everybody, and I think I brought this up when I started talking about AEW um more often than I should, more often than I have been. How much in the past I didn't like Orange Cassidy because of the whole the whole you know that sort of thing. I'm glad he doesn't really do that shtick that much. I'm glad for that, and I like the fact that he's more of a fighter, and I like that. And more I'm seeing him wrestle. He's starting to grow on me. He is. And listen, I'm becoming a more I'm a mark. when it comes to that. I'll admit to that. But Orange Cassidy is starting to grow. I know comments are going to be flowing in now, even in the chat. It's like, didn't you used to hate on Cody? Didn't you used to hate on Orange Cassidy because of that whole stick with the pockets and the tap and the yes. And believe me, listen, I've been seeing him wrestle more and more, and I I'm starting to feel the orange. I'm I'm liking. More and more. I'm starting to like what I see, and you know, and yeah, I'm changing my mind, and it's okay to change your mind. Hey, I'm a listen. I'm a guy. I'm a man who admits at times I'm wrong. But lately, I've been on the mark with the whole prediction, especially how when I'm talking about at the other. We're not talking about WWE right now. We're talking about AEW. This is AEW's time right now. But when it comes to this, well, I'm I'm willing to admit my mistakes and admit that I was wrong when it comes to Orange Cassidy. I'm a man. I am a man. So, and I admit that I was wrong. So, Orange Cassidy, I'm going to say that I'm sorry. I'm sorry. With that being said, with that being said, Roderick Strong's going to win. I'm really healing that up, aren't I? Oh. Anywho, TNT Championship. My prediction. Let's see. We got the champion Christian Cage. He's going to be defending it against Daniel Garcia. Um, Garcia is going to win. I think. I think Adam Copeland is going to show up somewhere in this. Going to show up at this match, and he's either going to um he's either going to screw Daniel this way he can reunite with Christian, or I think it's going to be it could win. However, this can also be another possibility. Daniel Garcia wins by disqualification, doesn't win the belt, he just wins by disqualification. Too much outside interference from Christian's group. Seeing that Garcia is outnumbered, Adam Copeland comes out pissed off and everything like that about what happened to him, and he's not alone. Beth Phoenix. I don't know her real name, but I forgot her real name. But yeah, Beth Phoenix comes out. I think that's what's going to happen, and then um, that'll be amazing. Um, Will Ospreay will be facing Kanosuke Takeshita. Hope I said that right. Um, I think Osprey is going to win that one. That one. Gonna win that one. Up next, Continental Crown Championship match. Champion Eddie Kingston defending the belt against Bryan Danielson. Uh, Kingston's retaining. Yeah. Um, AEW Women's Championship match. Champion Tony Storm. You're taking on Deonna Purrazzo. Gonna be a good match. Um, I'm actually liking what they're doing with Tony Storm. I really am. I like what they're doing there. I even like whenever she's cutting a promo and it's on her side of the screen, that side of the screen is black and white. I like that. I think it's awesome. I think that's pretty creative. I like whoever thought of that idea. Give that guy a raise. But yeah, Tony Storm. Been having a lot of good matches lately. Um, I haven't really seen Deonna Purrazzo um fight that often, and I think from what I have been seeing, she's been doing pretty good. She has been doing pretty good from the stuff I've seen because I watch some stuff on YouTube and everything, so I can catch up on you know some of these matches. She's doing pretty good, and so yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting um, match and everything. And I think Tony Storm's going to retain that one. Now the next, yeah, I think Tony Storm's going to retain the belt. Now I'm going to save the the biggest match for last and go right into the AEW World Championship match because I think it's worth mentioning. Adam Page, AEW World Champion Samoa Joe, defending it against Adam Page and Swerve Strickland. Um, After seeing what I saw on Dynamite, this is going to be a huge match. This is pretty big. This is a pretty big deal. Triple threat match. Um, Hangman. We thought that Hangman was going to tap out of this one, but he actually made made a swerve on Strickland and taking him out with the crutch. So yeah, um, it was genius. It was a genius promo, and so yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it, and so yeah, whom I think's going to win? Swerve. Who is he going to pin? Not going to be Samoa Joe. He's gonna pin Adam Page. But don't forget, in triple threat matches, anybody can pin anybody. Doesn't have to be the champion. So, last match on the card, Tornado Tag match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. This right here, the reason why I'm bringing this match, bringing this match up last, is because I think, in my opinion, this should be the main event at Revolution. Tag champions Sting and Darby Allin defending them against the Bucks. I think, to me personally, this is going to be a 5-star match. We don't know the guests who are involved, who's going to show up for this match, and I heard that this is going to be huge. The list is huge. I know Ric Flair is going to be there. Kevin Nash wanted to be there, however, because of his involvement with WWE, can't happen. Which to me, I don't understand why. That's a rule. He's not getting involved in the ring because we all know about Kevin Nash can't really do anything anymore because his legs aren't what they used to be. So you won't have to worry about him interfering and everything. Not that they would allow that anyway. We know that Ric Flair is going to be there. So excuse me, among others. So and of course, Sting's two sons are going to be there because of what happened to them. I think that they're going to get involved somehow, and I personally think that I think that that Darby and Sting are going to retain the belts. Be interesting, but I know that that's in this way here, Sting can you know you know even though this is Sting's last match, he can you know find a replacement um, with Darby Allin. I mean, it is possible. So we shall see. We shall see what's going to happen. Um, yeah, I'm going with Sting and Darby, and yeah, it's going to be a good match. Um, Sting's going to be the last guy though. Sting's going to be the last. Nonetheless, this is going to be a very, very good pay-per-view. Very good. It's going to be a very good match. My pick for match of the night. My pick for 5-star match. That's what I think. But I want to know what you have to think. I want to know. I want to know what you think. who's going to win this match? I want to hear your comments. Leave it open. The comments are open. The chat is open. I want to hear what you have to say. We shall see. So yeah, but yeah, this is a very good. I've been a fan of Sting for many many years. I can remember going all the way back to the first time I saw Sting. It was his match against Lex Luger at Super Brawl. I forgot which Super Brawl. That was the first time I was introduced to World Championship Wrestling. And the match was Sting and Lex Luger. I think it was Super Brawl 3. I think. And instantly, instantly I became a fan of World Championship Wrestling. I met Lex Luger at a book signing years ago. I would say like maybe 10 years ago. And I think it was 10 years ago. 10 or 11 years ago, I forgot. And I was telling how much I became a fan of him and Lex, uh, Luger and Sting, and a fan of World Championship Wrestling because of that match, because it was one of my favorite matches. One of my favorite matches at Super Bowl when I saw it. And it was really good, and he was flattered by that, and it's like because of Luger, I became a fan of World Championship Wrestling, and I have his book. It's a very good read, and it was really cool. You know, it was really cool. Um, so ever since then, I became a fan of Sting. You know, even at times when they had RoboCop show up, one of the times, not all the time. I hope they don't show that in the video package. I just hope because it still didn't make sense. Um, you know, his chemistry with a lot of great, especially with Ric Flair, as I mentioned. Um, Lex Luger, Hogan, so many wrestlers that he fought over the years. It was memorable, especially with Triple H at WrestleMania. Even though I still say he should have won that match, but Sting Sting is a worker, he's a workhorse, and he hold no grudges about that. Um, even though Sting is no longer going to wrestle after this match, that doesn't mean he still can't be with the company and maybe train his sons to continue on the legacy. I mean, it is possible. Um, I could see that happening. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that match. I want to see that match. Gotta figure out how I'm gonna see that match. Wish it was the old way so I can just prop up some videotapes and on an old box and just do it that way. But that's virtually impossible now. But you know, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna watch this match because I want to see this. I want to see this pay per view. I really do. But nonetheless, this is going to be a good. It's going to be a very good show. It really is. And we, I'm gonna, I'm gonna see here what that. I'll converse with my friends and everything. Maybe get some notes. You know, they could be my ghostwriter. We still see. But that is my predictions for Revolution. And with that being said, I thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you all so much for allowing me to be in your homes this evening. Um, be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. Thumbs up the video if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. Comment down below. What are your predictions for Revolution? I want to know what you have to say in the comment section down below. Also, um, how do you think this whole Rock and Cody um, storyline is going to play out? Um, I want to know your I want to know your thoughts on that as well too. Um, let us know in the conversation. Let us know in the comment section down below. Ring the bell to stay notified of what we're going to be doing next. And if you don't want this to be your last match, then support all small streamers like myself by doing the most important thing that you can do for all small streamers like myself, and lay the smack down on that subscribe button. And don't forget, go to doobie.gg and use the promo code BRILL at checkout to save 10% on your purchase. So there it is right there on the screen right there. Don't want to miss out on that one, folks. My way of saying thank you for supporting this channel. We will see you next week on the results of Revolution. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna dedicate the whole show. The whole show is going to be devoted to the results of AEW's Revolution. So this will give me enough time to get all my notes together and do it that way. So with that being said, I will see you here next week. Thursday, we got our Channel X episode, so be on the lookout for that. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm gonna actually be doing the night of reviews. Um, this one, so I got something very special for that one too. And but it's going to be a night of reviews, so don't miss out on that. Don't want to miss out on that one. So, um, but for next week, I'm gonna review the Revolution pay per view and give out my shout out to Sting, and there you go. So got a fun filled event here next week. AEW episode next week, and we're gonna enjoy that. So be on the lookout for that. Till then, this is Tom Dog saying take care. So long. Peace. Good night, everybody.